Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. It's totally Tuesday. How are y'all? We're doing our manifestation oracle reading. How are your manifestations going? I must say one of my major manifestations for the year has been to grow this channel. And I'm really excited because, it was very stable as far as so I started making. I've had the channel for a few years, but I haven't really been consistent, and so I wanted to start being really consistent making videos, and make that my full-time thing eventually. And so I started to do a video every day this year, unless something big comes up or something, but for the most part I've been doing a video every day. And I've just expected for it to take a really long time to make any difference at all. And at first it was just very slow going. So it was for months, it would be maybe 10 views, 13. I'd be really excited for 20. And I was getting so upset because other bigger YouTubers and people who have really large platforms, they would talk on in their videos about how oh yeah, when I first started out I was only getting a couple hundred views per video, and I'm only getting a couple hundred views, I'm only getting a couple of views, and I think one of them was just because I accidentally went back twice to my own video. It was so frustrating. But I will say that I just almost 10 times my exposure recently, thanks to you guys who are liking and commenting and subscribing to the channel. We're doing this thing. It's happening. We're growing. We're growing. So excited. So yeah, my videos have had a surge in exposure, and which the view counts have gone up, and so that's really exciting. So I'm just so happy that messages are getting out and people are resonating and connecting, and feels like we have a little community growing. I love it. All right, well, yeah, nothing major happened at work tonight that was any crazy stories. I didn't embarrass myself really bad at any point. We were surprisingly busy, but I managed to manifest a very chill, paced out night. So really nothing to report. Very average, very, very just gentle. It was wonderful. But it was a good night. I picked up unexpectedly. I was gonna have off today, but one of the girls I'm friends with had released her shift and needed somebody to cover it, so I did. All right, so let's check in with our manifestation. So yeah, so basically what I was getting at was that my manifestation is really starting to grow, and the smaller manifestations on my list have happened, and some of them fairly easily and quickly. So I think that is just a sign, if you have small things happening or coming through, I think it's a sign hey, it's hopeful your bigger manifestations could be around the corner. So I can feel them, I can feel things orbiting us. Can you guys feel this? Big things are stirring and brewing and happening. It's just they're not quite here yet, but I can sense them. Air traffic control is going off, y'all. But yeah, so let's check in with the mermaids and dolphins. This particular oracle deck is very specifically good for goals, manifestations, things like that, wishes, projects, long-term things and commitments. Okay, so let's check in with our manifestation. What do we need to know that will help us embody our potential and get into alignment with the resonance of what we are calling in? Time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that new can come in. Okay, so yes, we are really stepping into a big new cycle. Our old self is gone by the wayside, and we are rising up out of the ashes, being rebirthed. We are moving forward more in alignment than ever with closer to that highest version of ourselves, that most filled out and embodying that potential, that version of ourselves, right? So we're getting closer to that, and our lives are like really up leveling, and we're up leveling with them. So the old us, no more. Don't look back. Old stories, old experiences, they don't define you. You can start completely fresh. And I think that we have been. I think that the eclipses that just passed and this past Mercury retrograde really helped us get some limiting beliefs out of our system, old feelings, things that we needed to get over, misery that had been stored in our system, apathy, laziness, fear. I think that we've been purging these things that have been hiding energetically in our energy bodies. I think that we've been getting rid of them on many levels. So there have been parts and pieces in our lives that have been shifting. There have been dynamics that have been changing in our interpersonal relationships. There have been, I know I've had like after some salt baths, I've had some like big night sweats recently, and they've stopped. But I tend to do that when I'm doing a lot of releasing of emotion, of old things coming up that I've processed. Like that's one thing that my body does, is it like sweats the old out. And so, yeah, you might have had even some like weird physical symptoms over the past, few weeks or whatever, but it's time to let something go. And in fact, yesterday in my video, I was talking about my pumpkin that I had been doing this experiment with, and that I had to like made this pumpkin last and thrive after it has been harvested for a year and 9 months. And only just recently, like it was literally like yesterday, I noticed that a little bit of fungus had started to form up above, like by the stem. And so pumpkin is on the way out. I'm going to lay pumpkin to rest probably on the full moon officially. But yeah, pumpkin lived a year and 9 months. But the moment that I was really releasing a bunch of like emotional stuff and like coming to terms with some things and having some big like revelations and stuff over this weekend, the pumpkin turned, and it was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And I thought, wow, this is truly the end of a cycle, because I bought that pumpkin in like the fall of 2020. And let me tell you, the last couple of years have been a couple of doozies. So I feel like all of this old, and even way before that, like this, like my whole life history has just been like really coming up for like another level of healing. Like I think we do this, we circle back in layers like over and over again, but I'm really feeling like a lot of us are just really letting go of a lot of the old stuff that has been up in the attic and like buried in our basement of our subconscious for a long time, and we are going to be more encumbered than we've ever been. A new version of ourselves that we've never known. And so the more we can release and surrender and radically accept the moment, be in the present, don't tarnish the present by living in the past or too far into the future. Just really ground yourself in the now and be really satisfied and fulfilled in this moment, because the new is coming in. I can feel it. I can feel it all around us. Time to move on. Move on from all the emotional baggage that have been weighing you down from the past and move forward. Okay, what's next? What else do we need to know? What will help us overcome our limiting beliefs that are holding us back? What will help us to overcome our self-defeating patterns and step into our potential? Ooh. Set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. I love this card. So one of the things, and one of the questions I just asked was, how do we get beyond our limiting beliefs and our self-defeating tendencies? And it's because we haven't dreamed big enough. We haven't reached far enough. We deserve more than we realize and deserve better than we realize, and we're capable of better than we realize. So the problem is that the reason why we haven't manifested what we're resonating with is because what's meant for us is bigger than what we realize. So we're not putting in the proper order. Like, we're trying to order the chicken and the universe is like, you're getting the surf and turf, like, but you can't like sit there undecided or like unsure, just order the surf and turf. Like, it's no big deal. Market price, spare no expense, like bottles of wine on the way. So set your sights higher. You're limiting yourself in restriction. And so what you're reaching for may not be coming in because it doesn't match you, because you're bigger than what you're calling in. So yes, maybe just relax and get out of the way for a moment and dream big and be unpractical, but get out of your own way. Let the universe do its thing. Be willing to be foolish and wrong, and set your sights. See, like this. Be willing to be foolish. Be willing to be foolish and wrong, and set your sights so high that like you're just delusional. And you know what I think? I think it's better to have delusions of grandeur than delusions of like inferiority, right? So yeah, what's holding us back is just that we're not thinking big enough, we're not dreaming big enough, and we're not reaching high enough. We can do better than this, people. We can do better than this. All right. Dream big. Dream big. Dream bigger. Bigger, people. We're going to Mars. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. And so another thing that comes into play when we are manifesting something is the universe will test our self-worth, and it will test our faith. And so what that means is that, we've set out an intention for ourselves. So the universe will send things that are like kind of an almost, or something that's like will trigger us into an old behavioral pattern. And we have to like prove that we're not going to short circuit. We're not going to like fuck everything up before the manifestation comes in. We're not going to settle for less than what we deserve. We're not going to settle for something that's not really what we want. We're just going to hold steady and stand our ground and hold out for what we want and not sell ourselves short. Okay? Do not sell yourself short. You can achieve anything that you dream of, apparently. Apparently we are dreaming too small, and there's bigger, even bigger, even bigger. So let's see what that is. And one last card. Oop. Okay, synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. So watch out for synchronicities that'll tell you that you're on the right path, and they might even be giving you direction and guidance. You can look up like a lot of symbols and stuff. I like to go by dream symbols for random things in life. And then the Ted Andrews, like Animal Speak, is awesome for like animal messengers. And then like you can also look up things in the Magical Herbal Almanac as well. So pay attention to what you're seeing, and what is it instinctually that you think that the messages are telling you, right? You're being divinely guided. So pay attention. Synchronicities are little winks from the universe that are telling you like, hey, like this is your sign, like you're going in the right direction, like things are working out. So stay motivated, keep dreaming big, watch for the synchronicities, stay in your worth, proactively choose the way you show up and respond to situations. And you guys, like, move forward and try to let go of the past and move on from old heartbreak and old disappointments and old shoulda, coulda, wouldas and things that didn't work out. Doesn't matter. It's a new day. We're going forward. New people, new mission, new goals, new surprises, new blessings. All right, so let's review. Time to move on. Set your sights higher. It's like, move on from that scrub. You can do better than that. Sorry if you're the scrub. Move on. Don't want no scrub. Set your sights higher. Dream big. Anything is possible. see yourself succeeding and watch for the synchronicities. They're going to guide you along your way. All right, you guys, I am going to get off here. I'm going to go water my plants. And, well, actually, I don't have to water my plants because it rained earlier. So, yay. I'm going to enjoy my plants outside for a minute while I upload this video. I'm going to eat dinner. That'll be it for tonight. And I have a reading client coming tomorrow, so I'll prepare my household to receive that person. And if you're in the Nashville area, I've got a couple of days off, so if you want to DM me on Instagram, if you want to book a reading, I might have a time slot open. And for you guys out there, I am very active on Instagram in my stories, and I post blogs like a couple of times, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So guys, follow me on Instagram. It's Liz Taylor Magick, Liz_Taylor_Magick, Magick. And oh yeah, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Liz Taylor. I never introduced myself. I always forget to tell you to do anything, like, I don't know, subscribe, like, turn on the notifications, save it in a playlist, tell your friends, share this video where people share things. Ooh, put me on Reddit. Get me in one of those Reddit threads. Let's take this viral, people. Come on. Let's get the message out. All right, y'all. I am insane. Crazy. I'm breaking down. I'm going to bed. Ciao. Talk to you tomorrow.